Hello, let's talk about what you are offering in terms of your products and offers in 2025. Now, I want you to have a really good think about this. We've spoken about what type of brand you want to have, what you want to be known for, all of these kind of things. But what I want you to consider in 2025 is what is it that you are actually selling? Now, what keeps things moving in your business? Because what I see so often, and I honestly think it and it depends on the way that your business is set up and structured and all of these kind of things. But what I think a lot of people really miss is the fact that, of course, part of our growth strategy and building our business is always, getting new eyes on our business, making sure that we continue to grow and evolve and all of these things. But let's not forget about the people that are already inside your world, right? Let's not be constantly chasing new people, new offers, having to chop and change things all of the time. Let's just have a look at what you've actually got to serve the people that are already in your world. Now, again, it really does depend on what it is that you offer and the way that your business is set up and the structure and all of the rest. But let's be real. I'm going to talk about just on a standard, what it should really look like. So you really should have a lead magnet, something that brings people into your world and builds your email list. So how are you building your email list? And with your lead magnet, your freebie, is it any good? Is it actually any good? If you have a look at it right now, do you look at it and be like, oh yeah, actually, I feel like everyone can learn something from this? Or is it just holy shit, this is a copy and paste of what everyone else is doing? Be real with me here. What do you think when you actually have someone download your lead magnet? The second thing is low, medium, high ticket. That's what you need to have. Now, the thing is, you can't expect someone to not know who you are, find your profile and just be like, holy shit, take all my money. If you've got good marketing and good brand, I would absolutely love that. But in a realistic world, the chances are they're going to need to go through an ascension into your world, right? So they're not just going to be like, okay, cool, I found you 2 minutes ago. Here you go, here's $1,000. You're going to have to do a little bit more work than that. And often what I like to call low ticket is really an icebreaker, because people get a taster of your world. And I think that's so important because it depends on what niche that you're in. But a lot of the time, especially with the way that the cost of living is right now, they're not just going to willy-nilly throw cash at you and just, close your eyes and hope for the best kind of thing. That's not how how it works these days. So what you need to consider is where is your end goal? Where are you ultimately trying to get your ideal client to end up at? And then reverse engineering that and being okay, cool. Well, if this is my high ticket, then it makes sense that my medium ticket would just be a lesser version of that. And then my low ticket is just the taster version of that, and giving incentive as to how they actually move through the tickets. Do you know what I mean? How do they move from low to medium? How do they move from medium to high? And rather than, you can't have two completely, in part of your funnel, you can't have two wildly different products and expect that people keep moving through. It's got to actually make sense. And there's got to be incentive to keep actually moving. And there's so many different things that you can use for incentive. Obviously you can be now that you've purchased my low ticket, if you want to get into a medium ticket, you can use this as the funds that you used, you can use that as a credit towards a medium ticket. You can do that. Or you can, give them a special offer, a special bonus. If they could jump into the medium ticket within a certain amount of time from the low ticket, then they get a bonus little extra pack, whatever it is that you are actually offering. So there's a lot of things you can do, but also one of the best incentives is just knowing the knowledge that they're going to get from continuing to level up. So making it super clear, this is what, you're in this program right now. Right now, if you move up into this next one, this is what I talk about and this is what you're going to learn, and just sprinkling it throughout there so that when they get to the end of the product that they're currently in, they're oh, the obvious next move is to move up a level. Because once you can get the clients that you've already got to continue to stay in your world and continue to keep moving in your world, that's That's smart, right? Like that wins for everyone. Like that's a win. Like everyone wins there because A, you've got a client that keeps moving, keeps bringing, if you've got a client that keeps moving through your products and they're so happy and they love it and they're going to give you great testimonials. Like, yes, they're going to pay to continue to keep entering your world, but B, they're going to like rave about you. Their word of mouth about you is going to be like so good. They're going to tell their friends. They're going to, give you great testimonials. There's only so far that your marketing is actually going to take you. Like word of mouth and like referrals are like, they're amazing. They're great. That's what you're looking for. So having your existing clients keep moving in your world is what you should be chasing. Like obviously, yes, make sure that your brand and your presence and you're getting out into the right spaces where your ideal client is, finding new people, but also look after the people that you've already got. Now, on top of that, also, how can you create reoccurring revenue in your business? How do you keep that? Because what I'll tell you right now, again, rather than continually chasing new money all of the time, if you set it up so that you have reoccurring revenue, that is when you will be able to scale with ease because you always have a constant revenue coming in. So you're not constantly thinking to yourself, oh my goodness, where are my sales coming from? What do I need to do? Like, what's the next move? Like all of these things, because you're solid. You have X amount of money coming through every single month. So like that's good. And that takes the pressure off of you. And then again, it's going to depend on what your business structure is to how you actually create this recurring revenue. There's so many different things that you can do for it. So you can create subscriptions, you can create memberships, you can create containers and allow people to go on payment plans. Obviously with payment plans, I would always be careful and I wouldn't really necessarily count them as recurring revenue unless it's like a long-term thing and you know that. It's a whole other thing that I can get into if anyone has any questions about that. But it's just like knowing what your business is, knowing what you offer, knowing your ideal client and what actually serves them and makes them want to stay in your world and doing those things. Depending what your niche is, it's even like a different service that you provide. Like there are so many things that you can actually do, but you just need to actually do it. Like you actually just need to do it. So today I want you to sit down and I want you to think, like in 2025, what is my revenue goal? Because at the end of the day, like we all start businesses because we want to create wealth. We want to create wealth. We want to create freedom. We want to create all of those things. So ask yourself, in an ideal world, if I had the most amazing 2025, what would my revenue goal be? What would I achieve? And then I want you to reverse engineer that. And I want you to say, okay, well, then what's that per month? What's that per week? What's that per day? Like, understand your numbers. Like, none of this, like, oh, I'm just trusting what the universe brings to me. No. Let's actually understand your business. Let's understand your numbers. Let's not just go into things blindfolded. Understand it. So, understand what your numbers look like. And then I want you to say, okay, well, if I know that I need to make this amount of money per week to be able to achieve my goal, to be able to live in, create this business with ease and flow rather than having financial pressure underneath me, over the top of me, then what reoccurring revenue do I need to create? And then on top of that, what products am I going to offer for, low, medium, high? How many of them do I need to sell? Like actually map this out, like understand your business. And understand, like, okay, cool. So if I want to make this amount of money per week, that means I need one high ticket. I need 3 medium tickets and I need 10 low ticket people to enter my world per week. And then I need X amount recurring revenue and I want to bring into my business 100 leads a week. Do you know what I mean? Like, don't take those numbers. I don't know your business. I don't know what your structure is. I don't know any of that. That's just literally giving you an example. But just understand what it actually is, what it looks like for your business to keep moving for you. And I understand, okay, cool. If those are my numbers per week, how much of that comes from attracting new people into my business? How much of that does it come from nurturing the existing people into my business? And how do I keep those people moving through? That's what you need to understand. That's like, again, do not just put your head in the sand with it and think, just hopefully I can make X amount of money per week and then I wouldn't need to worry about a 9 to 5. Like, honestly, no, I'm not here for that energy. I want you to actually understand what it is in your business that keeps things going. So it is as simple as that. Write down your numbers, write down write down your plan, come into Charismatic Creators, tell me what that plan looks like. Tell me whether you fully, like, you're just ready to go with it. You know exactly what your offers are. You know exactly the numbers. You know the pricing. You know all of that. And you're just like ready to get it. Or you come in and you're like, you know what? This is the number that I need per year to be able to do this full time, to be able to like look at scaling this. But do you know what? I actually don't know how I'm going to get there, and I don't know how I'm going to achieve it. Or like, hey, I only want to do this like part-time. You know what I mean? Like, just come in and just say, hey, this is what I want. Because we're not here just being like, oh, you know, you get what you get and you don't get upset. No, get what you want. Chase it. That's a wrap on today. Otherwise, I'm going to continually, I'm going to go on a rant about this. I can see it a million miles away. So that's a wrap on today. I can't wait to hear what this brings up for you.